Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today we are taking a look at this extremely thin dive watch. Look at that. It's just pretty crazy how thin you can make a watch. Obviously, this is using a quartz movement, but it's a really nice watch, and I thought it was pretty cool. This is Nove, a company that I did review one of their other watches before, which was a bit bigger. But they always make unique designs and something very different. This time happens to be a 200-meter dive watch. That's 6.8 millimeters thin here. 6.8 millimeters thin. And it has a sapphire crystal as well. So I think that's pretty cool. So this is their Trident series, which features a lot of different, iterations, different colors and such. Even have a rotating bezel. And you can even see the clicks going around with their teeth cut out here, which I think is pretty cool. It's kind of like an exposed bezel insert. Which I think is pretty unique there. The actual watch itself is 46 millimeters in diameter, 48 millimeters lug to lug, and it does have a integrated bracelet, but the bracelet is very good. I don't think you'll need to change it out there, so I wouldn't worry about that. We get a genuine sapphire crystal. Of course, we get nice loomed hands. We get a screw down crown and 200 meters of water resistance. So yes, it is possible to make a dive watch this thin with 200 meters of water resistance, which I thought was really kind of innovative and really cool. We get a nice unidirectional rotating dive time bezel as well, which is pretty nice. And the numbers look really on point here, very crisp and solid. I think it's pretty cool. So, this watch also does come with a nice travel case and a polished cloth. I'll show you that towards the end of the video. This watch is also Swiss made, so it does feature the Swiss made logo, which is hiding right beneath the hands there, which some people really care about, some people really don't care about at all. I think the Swiss made, branding, you have to do a certain amount of stuff in Switzerland. I think it really, puts some good thoughts into some people's heads. Some people, they just don't really care about it. I happen to like Swiss-made watches a little bit better. Now, this watch is using a Swiss Ronda SlimTech movement. The SlimTech movements have a 6-year battery life, which is pretty impressive. So, you buy this watch, 6 years later down the road, you have to change the battery, which is like $20 from your local jeweler, which is not too bad there. So I think that's a pretty good deal. Obviously, this is a very, very slim Swiss quartz movement made by Ronda. And of course, it's very accurate. This is a time-only watch, as you can see here. There is no seconds hand or seconds position. Now, the dial itself is black and does feature the Nove logo, which is applied, as well as the Swiss made, and the little hour dots going around in a goldish tone. And as you can see here on the bezel, you do see the ratcheting system right here, which is pretty cool, and the screws as well. So when you actually turn this, you can see it click in. If you look over here, I think that's pretty cool. It's a pretty good bezel, actually. I have no issue using this bezel. I think it's pretty cool. It's very legible with these large numerals as well. And everything does line up perfectly to that 12 o'clock position. Now we get a nice signed, screw down Nove signed crown right here in a goldish tone. I'm going to go ahead and unscrew the crown here. As you can see, one position, and then we can just change the time here. And that's pretty much to it. Push that back in, screw it back down. For your 200 meters of water resistance. Now the bracelet itself is actually really nice and comfortable. As you can see here, it's definitely their own unique design, and it has a nice concealed clasp here and a butterfly clasp. I think it's pretty nice. The quality is always really good on their clasps and bracelets. I did notice that. Nice polishing. There is no wiggle or anything like that, and the clamp down is really, really, really nice. As you can see, you have the Nove logo again, and it doesn't move or anything like that. It's really solid. I was quite impressed by their bracelet. Curved and polished on the sides, using pins, of course, but I really have no issue with that. It's also a very thin bracelet, as you can see, so it really fits nicely with the case here. As you can see that, it definitely matches nicely. Imagine if they put like a really thick bracelet on here. I don't think it would look right. And that's just me, though. Anyway, let's take a look at the case back. As you can see, the case back's pretty simple, and just featuring some specifications. Swiss-made Nove sapphire crystal, all stainless steel. The name of the watch, the Trident, held down by 4 screws. And you can see the back side of the bracelet there. But very neat, very neat. Everything is pretty in place. Little touch of red on the Swiss-made logo there. Now on my 6.5-inch wrist, as you can see, it's 48 lug to lug. The bracelet definitely conforms nicely around the sides. If I get you in here, you can really see how thin this thing is. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Obviously, it can fit under If you're wearing a suit, it can fit under the cuff. That's a no-brainer there at 6.8 millimeters. But nonetheless, it's definitely very comfortable on the wrist. As you can see here, it conforms very nicely. The side profile is almost non-existent, but the bracelet definitely helps with that as well, with these nice areas that are a bit raised over here on the bracelet. As you can see, we get that nice Nove logo. Now, this is the box it does come in. It's a zip-up box with a polishing cloth, and it's very nice for traveling or holding the watch. It's actually pretty nice. I'm not sure if it's real leather or genuine leather, but it feels like it. And it's a pretty nice box. So when you do get this watch, it will come in an outer cardboard box, and this will be inside of it with the Nove polishing cloth. Now, what do I think of this watch? Well, Nove says this is the thinnest dive watch, the thinnest 200-meter dive watch, or utilitarian dive watch or something of that nature. But it definitely is. I mean, you can't really find a dive watch at 6.8 millimeters that's this thin. It's pretty crazy, right? If we really take a look at it from a side profile, it's almost like a credit card. It kind of reminds me of those Bulgari watches. I tried on a few of those watches. I think those were even thinner than this watch. I'm not sure, but those weren't dive watches. Those are chronographs, but really thin. Just feels different on the wrist. You know, I'm used to wearing bigger watches, you know, like 10 or 12 or 13 millimeters thick. And it's pretty cool. I mean, you get the same diameter, but it's just much, much thinner. And definitely can be dressed up or dressed down like I stated. We have some nice bezel action here. Just an all-around unique design, something from a newer company, and I think they're bringing some good stuff to the market. This one right here, I believe, is around $400. I believe sometimes they run a 10% or something on their website. I did see that. So definitely check them out and let me know what you guys think. Honestly, quality control is very, very good with this brand. They seem very professional, and it seems more like an established brand. They really got their stuff down, and they know what they're doing. That's just my perspective. But let me know what you guys think of this watch down in the comment section below. As usual, you can find the full written article on the Nove Trident 200-meter dive watch, one of the thinnest dive watches in the world, on my blog. Also, you can follow me at watchaddictchannel.com for some nice photos. On Instagram, I usually post some watches I'm going to review, so if you're ever interested in what's coming up on the channel, definitely check me out on Instagram, my blog as well. All that good stuff. Link to Nove down in the description below. I will see you guys real soon. Definitely let me know what you think. Bye.